Will you sign my cast?
Yeah, no doubt, little kid.
Bienvenido a episodio 6 de Willyousignmycast con Ryan y Brian.
I'm Ryan J. Reynolds.
Brian Maxwell.
They got so fucking angry. It's like they were waiting for somebody like amazing to come out, and we just fucked up their entire day.
I waited 9 fucking hours for this shit. Brian Maxwell, thank you. Good night. Thank you. Thank you.
Ryan J. Reynolds
You, sir.
will
You.
stick around to sign
yes.
autographs in the Hammer Pants. Hey, everybody. It's us. Remember us? Episode 6.
Yeah.
Hey, guess what? Brian Maxwell had a baby.
Right after episode 5.
Yep, Brian Maxwell had a baby. Go.
Yes. No applause for my baby. You know what? Fuck you. The whole fucking crowd is banned. Fuck all of you. Had a kid. No, it's too late. Don't give me your fucking sympathy applause. No. Thank you. Oh, okay.
Brian Maxwell. Brian Maxwell had a baby, everybody. Everybody had a baby.
What the fuck was that?
That's you having a baby.
What is wrong with you?
That's you having
That's you having a seizure, sir. I had a baby, not an aneurysm.
Everybody, Brian Maxwell had a baby.
That's subtle and beautiful and tender.
Baby!
I'm confused by what just happened.
You had a baby, dude. That's what happened.
Have you lost your...
Hold on. Shut your mouth.
Did me having a baby somehow cause you to lose your fucking mind?
Guys, Kevin Branford Maxwell. Baby.
You know, we should, like, are we really recording this? Like, people are going to listen to this section?
Yes.
That was the worst fucking baby intro ever.
I fucking loved it.
But baby! Baby! Yeah. Hello, guys. You remember us? Brian Maxwell had a baby!
Well, you did. So tell us about the baby. How did it happen? How did it go? Tell us about the baby, and don't you know?
I fucked my wife, and she got pregnant, and the baby grew inside of her. And then yesterday, the baby came out of her vagina, and it was gross.
What's the birthday?
And that was August the 10th. I probably shouldn't have had to think of that that long.
I'll edit that.
Yeah, the 10th. I had to double check.
Here, hold on. Let me just click it.
Why, you want
No.
me to change my kid's birthday for the fucking...
No. I said I was going to edit it
that
so
doesn't really work
No,
for me.
so I just edited it right now so that... Here, I'll let you... yeah, okay. I just edited it so that you sound like you didn't have to think about it.
And that was August the 10th.
All right.
So confused.
When you hear the edited version, you'll know what I'm talking about. Anyways, talk about your day yesterday.
Well, it fucking sucked, dude. It was. I know that childbirth is this beautiful thing and it's wonderful and da da da, but I mean, I've seen babies born, and there's nothing wonderful about it. This ain't the Lion King, where I get to hold this motherfucker up and sing a song. Hey, I don't get to do none of that shit. I can't even sing the Little Mermaid song Under the Sea, which has no bearing on the story.
Yeah, I hope
but
not.
I do love that song with the little crab running around under the sea. That shit's fun. But anyway, when a woman has a baby, I mean, I don't know about the C-section, although I've heard stories that's fucking crazy. But basically what happened is her vagina, which we're discussing my wife's vagina, just for the viewers out there. If you don't know my wife's vagina, just email me and I'll send you a picture or something. You'll love it. But the vagina that I used to know and love, it gets really big, and a fucking human head like starts to pop out. And all my kids have hair when they're born because we're part Sasquatch. And there's like some liquid and like a little bit of blood and shit. And the head popped out, and I was like, "Ooh!" And fucking the kid was all blue and covered in this white pasty fucking vagina shit. And the doctor pulled him out, and like a gallon of motherfucking water was like, whoosh, whoosh. It's fucking going everywhere, dude. And I was like, ah! And he fucking turned the kid upside down and like kind of dangled him. I don't know, like Michael Jackson or some shit. He was like, ah. And then he flipped the kid back up, sucked all the shit out of his nose and his throat. Little motherfucker started crying and whatnot. He was healthy. Third one, we got 3 boys, and he's the healthiest one so far. He peed on the nurse within 10 minutes of being born. So
sounds like you.
On the resume already. I'm telling you, dude. 10 minutes into life, and he already got to pee on somebody. How great is that?
Yeah, he's like R. Kelly's kid.
Oh, that's fucked up, sir. Why you gotta go to R. Kelly, really? This is my child. He was in the closet with me.
And then
Oh
the
my God,
closet.
it's a rubber. Don't look, son.
Oh man, but yeah.
She'd be like, "Why you got your kid in the closet with you, R. Kelly? Piss on her. This is little Kevin.
Why does he
Kelly.
sound like Michael Jackson?
Kevin Bradford Kelly. Well, I don't fucking listen to no R. Kelly. I'm not on YouTube looking up R. Kelly videos. I don't know what that motherfucker sounds like. I know every so often he likes to walk around town with a fucking Kato mask on. That's all I know about dude. Look at me. I'm a superhero and I piss on people. He's got superhero piss.
Yeah, it bounces off walls. That's it. That's all it does. But you gotta pee at an angle.
God damn, dude.
What?
You're just taking this to a weird place that it didn't need to go to. R. Kelly.
Anyways.
Good Lord.
Baby.
It had to be some pee up in there when all that fluid came out of her, though.
Probably.
Dude, you're not like serious. It was a lot of fucking like water and whatever it was, man. But when they pulled the baby out, it's like, and that shit just like Niagara Falls busted loose, man. It was shit everywhere, man. And she was like, it's funny because, well, I mean, I guess it wasn't funny at the time, but they were kind of late doing the epidural and whatnot. So she was kind of feeling it more than she had on the first 2.
Ouch.
Like she was like, oh, and she grabbed my fucking hand, dude. And like, instead of getting the whole hand, I was this is sad to say. I'm sorry, baby, because if you ever hear this, look, I'm sorry.
She will this weekend.
I didn't mean to do it. Fucking, there was a TV in the room, right? And she was holding my hand, and she's in hardcore labor. Like, we're minutes away from having a baby. And earlier she was watching the TV, and it was on like the TV Guide channel or something. And I had the remote in my lap, and right as she's getting a contraction, I fucking, like, out of the peripherals, just picked up the remote and turned it to ESPN so I could watch Sports Center. And she grabbed my hand, but missed everything but like the two fingers, like my index and my fuck you finger, and grabbed them bitches and kind of twisted them into a pretzel and shit. And she damn near broke my fucking finger, dude.
Damn. Damn.
And that's a life lesson. ESPN will get you hurt.
Yeah, it will. I mean, come on now.
Yeah, she was kind of having a baby though. But I mean, man, come on. The Titans had just played the night before. And granted, yes, I watched the game twice before we even went to the hospital. But I mean, they're showing highlights. Like, what am I supposed to do? Not watch highlights of my favorite team because she's having a baby?
Kinda.
Is it going to help her? Is it going to ease her pain if I fucking turn the TV off? No. That's terrible. I felt bad when I said it. And I just want to say to everybody listening and my wife, I'm sorry for being inconsiderate. And I wish none of that had ever been said. This is episode 6. Tabby don't never need to know. Oh my God. Dude, I'm sitting here like, as I'm saying it, I felt totally justified with this earlier as I ran it through my head, but every time I say it now with somebody listening
and possibly
like,
her.
I say it, you said, "Ooh." I mean, you of all people, you're never like, "Oh, Brian," you was like, "Oh, dog, really?" That's fucking terrible, dude. She was in the worst pain she's ever been in her life, and I was switching the TV channel to ESPN and the peripherals. I really am sorry, y'all.
There you go. Revelation.
Oh, that's terrible. I tell you what, y'all might have to sign my cast when she hears this shit, because she gonna break my leg.
Dang.
I'm gonna have a real motherfucking cast on.
But I saw that you were keeping everybody up to date on Facebook and stuff, and putting the pictures up right as you got them so that everybody could see.
Yeah. Like the first one, I know I took it when we checked in. I took one because they had free Wi-Fi in the fucking hotel, and at the hospital. It damn sure wasn't no hotel. Oh my God, they had the most uncomfortable fucking chairs in the room I was in. But I don't get to complain about that. I can now, but I mean, how the fuck am I gonna be like, this chair is bullshit? She's like, I'm fucking having a baby here. I'm fucking having a baby. I'm like, but my back hurts and this chair is uncomfortable.
I can't watch you be uncomfortable in this uncomfortable chair. It's uncomfortable.
Yeah, that's not all about you, honey.
We got a baby.
The updates. It was pretty cool because I've got family obviously, but you guys and a lot of the people on the message board, which everybody knows about the View Askew message board, spend a lot of time there, and I've had an opportunity to hang out with a lot of these people, man, more so than I have with people that are around me. It seems like every couple of weeks, I'm having a awesome weekend with all these folks, and everybody was cool and supportive. People were helping me out, throwing up pics. That's pictures for you that are not internet savvy. But yeah, everybody was really cool, man. It was an awesome experience.
Did you call me first?
Did I?
I don't know. I remember you called me before your parents.
Yeah. Oh shit. Yeah. Fuck. They ain't gonna listen to it. Yeah. Actually, I think I did. I think you were the first person that I talked to. Matter of fact, you were.
You were just like, I ain't even called my mama yet.
Yeah, because I didn't. I had to go outside. I could get an internet signal, but I couldn't get a phone signal.
Oh my God, I was calling you like back to back to back to back, and apparently I ruined a video you were trying to take.
Oh yeah, ooh man, she's pissed at you. Tabby was not happy. She'll get over it in time. But what happened was, we went with him after he was born. Little Kevin Brantford. They wrapped him up like a fucking burrito, like they do, and they was like, "We're gonna go weigh him in this other fucking room, the nursery deal here." And I followed him in there, and I recorded a video of they set him on the scale, and it said 7 pounds 6 ounces, and it was all cute, but it didn't save to my phone because you called. And she knows.
Because the fucking ringtone is me.
Yeah, she was like, "Oh, this motherfucker here." But it's if I before we went to the hospital, me and you have already talked about it, but for fucking the enjoyment of people who like to make fun of our guy love, our bromance, jackasses might say. I prefer guy love, but I accidentally somehow from the hotel out of Jersey, I got one of your T-shirts and a pair of socks, I do believe.
Uh-huh.
And she's washing all the clothes from Jersey, and she turns around and she's holding them, and she's like, tell your boyfriend that I washed his clothes and he can have them back next time you see him.
You're just like,
I was like, damn.
you're like, I have a Docker shirt that's too small for me and 2 socks with the letter P on them.
That should have fit my 3-year-old. She's like, I know this is not yours. I love how, not only because there was a shitload of people in the room, but she instantly assumed that it was yours. You tell Ryan I got his shirt. Like there's no way in hell it could be Timmy's shirt.
Because Ryan,
it could be fucking Ketchup Chips McLeod, you know?
Ryan's slowly moving into your house and be like, nah, that's for that room over there. You just put that in the top drawer.
We're moving you in a fucking pair of socks and a shirt at a time.
In the guest room.
We're like fucking Shawshank Redemption and shit. Turns out Brian's favorite part was sneaking his treasures out into the yard. A little bit here, a little bit there.
Yeah.
Oh, that's fucking.
But I thought I ended up putting the picture up in the den thread first because nobody had posted anything in there, and I hadn't checked. I honestly had no idea what was going on at all day because I was spending all my time editing that giant Lord of the Rings length of a last podcast we just had. So like it's down to 222.
That was
It's down to 222 by like me sitting there and working on it for like 4 days straight, and it took
yeah, we were like,
forever.
all right, man, we're gonna bring on Dr. Abs and old ass motherfucking Paul Saunders, and we'll just edit that shit out right quick, throw it up, bip bam boom bow. And it we recorded for like 9 days. We recorded for so fucking long.
It was a 3+ hour podcast that I got down to 222. And a lot of it's because I took out the pauses in our like I took out parts of people's stories, but like it eventually got down to the part where I was like, I have to take out people's breathing space. Like everyone has to talk like this, and then when they're done saying a sentence, they start a new sentence right away. There is no time for stopping and then thinking about the next sentence. Every sentence is pre-thought out. We have the script written. Let's say the script. We're done. Record. Boom. Done. Like that's exactly what it came down to.
You say the fucking line how I wrote it, Canadian.
But oh my gosh, I swear to God, there had to be 10 reposts of the baby picture in the den thread because everybody like either didn't know what was going on or you're Gavin.
Oh yeah, fucking Gavin. Like I didn't see it until last night. I'm having a conversation. It was because you all know our buddy Gavin, the wonderful Gavin. I was talking to him. And, we were talking back and forth about the baby, and he was completely in his right mind at this time. I think it was like 9 p.m. And he's like, yeah, man, congratulations. And I'm about to drink the biggest fucking margarita known to man.
It's like 40 ounces of margarita.
He's like fucking huge fucking margarita.
He describes it differently every time he posts about it.
He's like, it's up to 60 ounces now.
He's like, rocket ship into space margarita. It's just a margarita.
Like, it was, Jen got on at because I didn't see this until this morning. I went to bed. I'm like, night everybody. And I was talking to Jen for a second or two this morning, and she's like, I don't know if you saw it, but I said congratulations a while ago, 4 or 5 pages back. I just wanted to say it again. And I'm like, well, that's cool. Thanks. That means a lot to me. So I decided I was going to go back and look for it. And at 2 a.m, I see a post from Mr. I drank this margarita. And it's like fucking, hey, Jen, it's Gavin. Gavin.
No, Gavin. He actually writes down, it's Gavub, LOL, I mean Gavin, LOL.
In case you didn't know. But then, like, the next post, she was like, so what's been up, Gavin? And it says, Tennessee had a baby. Hold on. I'm going to go find a picture of his baby. It's all just capital drunken ass letters. And like 10 minutes later, it's that same picture. Because there was only one picture that was up on the board of the baby. And it's like been posted 50 times. And he's like, here's Tennessee's baby. Look at it. It's a baby. Congrats.
Margarita, 40 ounces.
60-ounce rocket ship. Ah!
No
Look
room
at this baby.
No room for the pilot. It's just the ship goes into space.
It's like 2 a.m. and shit. And I just wish I'd have been awake to be in on that conversation. And this is what's fucked up. Jen writes, and I quote, congrats to Tennessee and Tabby.
Because here's the thing. This is the greatest part. I think I realized that I made a mistake because my post was, for those who haven't seen the Chen thread, which is our new thread
Chen
dedicated
thread.
to Ming Chen, which was the hockey cult thread. And then
Yes.
Ryan the genius obviously came up with that because he's a genius and it's Ryan. And I said,
but who came up with "We Mean You No Harm"?
That's you.
Thank you.
Anyway.
It's a collaboration because that's what you get when you come to the Chen thread.
Yeah, and so I said, for those who haven't seen the Chen thread, ... or Facebook, ... or Brian, say hello to Kevin Brantford Maxwell, and then I put the picture. And, like, nobody's really saying anything for the longest time about it. And I was like, I don't have a post down there at all that is Tennessee's baby. Like, they're just like, I've never seen Brian.
Who the fuck is Brian? Yeah, no, that's a good point, man. No, like, yeah, that's what everybody knows me as on the, and it's always so weird to me, because it's fine on the board, you know. I'm like, yeah, I'm Tennessee, but like in person,
Yeah, I think that's
like you
fucking
meet
funny.
somebody and they're like, "What's going on?" I'm Fort Guy 9. And I'm like, "Fucking, I'm Brian." Like, what's your real name, sir? It's like, no, my fucking real name is Fort Guy 9. My board name's Jeff. But it's just always kind of weird to me. I don't know how to respond to that.
Yeah, I think it's
Like,
kind of.
what's up? I'm Route 4.
I think.
Like, no, you're not. You're
Ming
fucking
actually,
dead.
Ming was making a joke when we were at the Dublin house about somebody trying to get over the border, and they're like, you know, where are you going? And it's like, we're going to meet some friends. Oh, where'd you meet those friends? And it's like, oh, you know, some are from Tennessee and some are from Florida, and you know, there's Brian and there's, you know, there's Bats and Torch. It's just like, I thought it was so funny because he's just dropping all these board names at, like, to just say at the border. I thought that was so funny.
Oh, that Ming Chen. But anyway, how the fuck was your day?
Been setting up some stuff. The Q&As are being announced. Miami was announced. I'm still waiting on Tampa because I can drive there and live in that area. like I really just am not used to that. So I kind of want to take advantage of that. If I go to the Miami one just because other people are going, that's on that. But like, I'm really waiting for Tampa, and you know, Miami's after that. But Gavin just got me a ticket for the live Smodcast that was announced in September. That's coupled with some hockey fun. We knew about that, and then Ming was talking about the special event that was teased, and now it's the second live Smodcast, $90 tickets, which was more than Carnegie Hall, but it comes with the free, or not
The new
free, but
Smod book.
the Smod book signed comes with it. So like,
Shooting the Shit with Kevin Smith coming to a store near you.
we were talking about how he was knocking on Prince for attaching his musicology CD to the concert tickets and using that to bump up the Billboard sales. And we were just like, look, Kevin's doing the same exact thing with his book.
I don't know who said that.
That was you.
It was.
And
but you know what I mean? It is kind of the same thing, isn't it?
yeah, I think it's kind of funny. But I set up those plans. I'm trying to buy those plane tickets pretty soon, and so I got that. I mean, like, it's just a bunch of stuff I got set up. My birthday's coming up soon, so trying to get tickets to Halloween Horror Nights. I just got out of my Foundations of Story class. I just finished it up, and now I'm having my little break before I start my fall semester. But let me tell you.
But, I mean, you're not done. You're just on break from the class. You're not done with it?
I'm done with the class. The class it was like a 6-week class.
Okay.
It had some times. I did 2 more. I did 2 more presentations. This is the class, if you just jog your memory, that I did the Power Rangers story in, with this one chick, and then we got split up into groups of, I think it was like 5 people, and we were trying to come up with team names. So like I kept on dropping. I was like, "Sexy Explosion," and they're just like, "We could do." Because we're trying to, the whole theme is like the hero's journey, and it's based on this book called The Writer's Journey, which is about the hero's journey. It's a really good book. It's a really good book.
It's the hero's journey of the writer's journey of your brother's journey of the writer's brother's lover's journey.
It's good though. It's a really good book.
It may be good, but it's slightly confusing. It's a lot of journeys. I'm pretty sure Odysseus didn't go on that many fucking journeys.
Which they do drop. They drop a lot of examples from that in the book.
Do they really?
Yeah, they do. Because they go through they actually like set up and knock down every single regular, like Star Wars. They knock down, Wizard of Oz. Like, it kind of actually ruins movies for you now, because you'll be like, oh, well, that's the mentor and that's the hero and the herald who sets him on the journey. I know everything that's gonna happen. I'm kind of pissed, But like, it's really good read. But we kind of had this presentation that was gonna be based around it, the hero's journey. So. We got grouped into this group of 6, and they were like, oh, we could be Archetype Anonymous, and Archetype's the different hero mentor. And I was like, no, that's stupid. And I was just like, fucking fireball. What?
I love this class, dude. This is like fucking Lord of the Rings, Dungeons and Dragons.
You could do whatever the fuck you want. It's
this week in class, a hero's journey. Who shall you be?
I know.
Like, that's fucking amazing.
Yeah.
How many people are on your team?
5 people, including Ryan Reynolds.
Like how many chicks, how many dudes?
We have 4 dudes, 1 chick.
Oh.
So we split into our groups the first day, meeting each other, and people had already known that I could, do some kind of crazy presentation because the Power Rangers won. And so
they're like, oh my God, look, it's Reynolds.
It's Reynolds.
Hey, Reynolds is getting up there.
And we ended up splitting up into our team, and we said, hey, we got to come up with a story. We had an assignment where we had to take a picture from when we were at least what?
I don't know. This is funny. We had to take a picture.
Not like take a picture, but like choose a picture from when we were like age 5 and up. Now, the and up didn't really, I guess, jump out at me.
This is me yesterday in class.
No. I got the 5, but I didn't see the and up. So I was like, call my parents, and I was like, hey, you need to dig through the Dungeons and Dragons and find me a age 5 picture. But all the pictures they found were only like of Christmas, because apparently it was very boring. And so they're just like, it's like,
don't waste the film on this ass. Fuck that.
The pictures they had were just like of Christmas. So like there's one picture where my mom's next to me, and she's kind of kneeling down next to me, and I'm sitting there, and I have this pile of just stocking stuffed shit all fucking in front of me. And the majority of the stuff is, ironically, Power Rangers shit. And so it's honestly like Power Ranger sock, Power Ranger sticker, Power Ranger book.
Power Rangers were popular when you were 5?
Yes.
Wow. Damn. Man, I swear you trying to give me a midlife crisis in the middle of a fucking podcast.
Well, that's the age they targeted to.
But I'm just saying, man. Like you're like, yeah, when I was 5, I had Power Ranger stuff. And I'm like, yeah, I'm almost 30 with 3 kids and I'm going bald.
Power Rangers.
Fucking. I'm the motherfucking grumpy ranger.
So we ended up I had this picture and I was thinking like, there's no way I'm going to write a story on this. But I said, everybody's going to be writing about that and stuff like that. You know what? I'm going to base it off of this, which is what you were allowed to do. And I said, I'm going to base my story off of this picture, and this is what I'm going to go with. So I came up with this. It's about this prince who gets everything he wants, and he's just a dick. But it's like medieval times, but it's based nowadays. Which I just noticed, like, the 2 other stories I had were a lot of stuff that's like old days, but now. So it's like, starts off like this. It's like, this isn't the presentation. This is the paper that I wrote for it. It starts, "Yes, I require more," the young prince yelled across the endless room. "That sounds like a splendid idea," he rejoiced, excited at how pleased he was at his own decision. The age was darker than the depths of the seafloor, and Prince Vlanderbeard was banging his...
Your ass fruity as hell.
Vlanderbeard was banging his plastic goblet, fit for a junior-sized king, on the enormous dinner table that appeared to be carved out of the tallest tree imaginable. As you...
of the tallest tree in the forest of wonders.
As you wish, my lord, called out the dark-haired peasant, idling towards the kitchen. Prince Vlanderbeard was one to get everything his little, barely grown 5-year-old heart desired. Just as the servant had left the dining chamber, another one of his loyal subjects, ironically his mother, ran through it quickly and presented a stone tablet towards the prince. "You have received a reply, sire," said the messenger. The prince looked down at it and let out a bellowing laugh upon reading. "Tell him I doth laugh out loud at thee," replied the prince, as the messenger quickly chiseled down the royal reply. "Exquisite choice of words, sire," his mother said, as went out of the chamber. The dark-haired peasant returned with a wheelbarrow full of toys and collectible Knights of the Round Table trading stones. That was to, substitute for Power Rangers. "Wonderful, Bermuda Miss," rejoiced the prince. "Simply wonderful."
Something is wrong with you. Something is seriously wrong inside your head.
The prince tipped Bermuda Miss with a leaf that was sticking out of the wooden table. The king laughed. "Now don't go spending that all on one night, you crazy old fool." Bermuda Miss knew that the royal leaf would make for an incredible night at the nearby Medieval Times Tavern.
Did you say Bermuda Miss?
Bermuda Miss. At the nearby Medieval Times Tavern that neighbored the village.
Hold on. Give me a second.
All right.
Hold on. I want to hear Vlanderbeard. Bermuda Miss. Go ahead.
All right. Bermuda Miss knew that a royal leaf would make for an incredible night at the nearby Medieval Times Tavern that neighbored the village, but nodded grouchily and slumped out the door. Christmas time was nearing, and the entire kingdom was enduring a desperate drought. The citizens were all gathering around the main castle, as per request by the prince, for a town meeting that afternoon. The prince was already on the balcony, ready to address the people. Everyone knew that the king was sick, but no one could fathom the news that could barely be restrained from the prince's mouth. "Good morrow, guys. The king is..."
Bill and Ted came back. It's like, and they were down in the depths of, "Hey, good morrow, fellers."
So nobody could like understand how like sick this king was, and he just comes out and he's like, "Good morrow, guys. The king is really sick." The entire population was in awe. Every onlooker let out a deathly gasp. All except Robert the farmer, but no one liked him anyways. "Robert," the prince yelled out. "Come on now." "Sorry, my liege," Robert replied. "Anyways," the The prince went on.
My liege.
He does not do well, like, at all. I set foot into his humble and mighty chamber today, and he was making sounds like a zombie. I'm aware that you're a...
You just gonna throw a random zombie in there. He sound like a zombie.
I'm aware that you are unable to fathom and have no idea what those are, but it's serious business. Several people gasped a bit more, some a bit less. So yeah, I'll keep everyone updated on what's going on. The prince shuffled out in his giant bathrobe. The next morning, as bright and early as the day could get, "The king is dead," was the prince's first tweet of the day.
Oh my God. That's the most ridiculous fucking nonsense. What the fuck does that have to do with the picture of you?
Dude.
When you 5? Like, who looks at a picture of themselves when they 5? And that's what they come up with. And in this moment, the king is dead. Send. Fucking Verlander beer, Bartakamoose and shit. What the fuck is wrong with your brain?
That's not the worst part. That's only the...
He said, "The king is ill. He's deathly and sounds like a zombie." What the fuck? You just gonna throw a zombie in? What?
It gets it. I'm not gonna lie. It gets a bit worse. And when I mean worse, I don't mean bad. I mean just it. Anyways, so the next meeting is after we came up with the team name and stuff to all come up with our photo ideas and read them out loud to each other and find out which one we want to base a story off of. So, the one girl reads hers about how she went on a trip with her cousins to like the desert. Another dude reads his, about being tempted by deadly sins and stuff like that were kind of based off of this Halloween party he had. And another one, this dude Luke, he's the one, if you remember, who I gave examples of people pitching. He's very good with like revealing details and like being serious and getting like a sentimental punch on stuff. He's the one who did the one about like, so he went there and they called him into work, and he could have what is it? He could have
fucked it up.
He could have he could have walked there. He could have walked to work. But no, he drove, and he went off into the sunset, and he got there, and he stopped those people. And at the end, when they went through, they walked off through those glass porcelain doors. Like, he's the one who came up with just like very good exaggerations.
Just said the glass porcelain dude.
Yeah. But yeah, he's good. I was like happy to have him in the group, and he read his story the same way. He's like, we went out to a playground, and there I went with my sister, and there was a playground, and there happened to be a tire wall, and I climbed up this tire wall, and it was great. It was probably the best day of my life. And then I hear a call from over in the corner, and it's my parents, and they're telling me it's time to go. And so I got off the tire wall, and I got into the car, and as we drifted away, I saw in the corner of my eye that tire wall, and a small tear drifted down my face. Like, that's the kind of, like, his story was about that. And so we had a couple other ones, and we mixed it all together. We decided, like, I read my Blanderbeard story, and they're just like, all right, well, I guess that's the one we're doing. I was like, no, but I like the tire wall one. I liked it. He did a good job on it. I think it'd be funny to do that. And so we decided to mix all of ours together, come up with one giant story. And so we spent weeks working on this story, getting the different elements of the hero. We got the mentor who ends up, putting them on the quest, giving them the tools they need to get past the different thresholds. The threshold guardians, which test the hero. The herald, which sends the hero on its quest. There's the shapeshifter, the ones that, aren't who they seem to be. The shadow that's projected from the hero, like his dark side. There's the allies that he takes, and then there's the tricksters who, yeah. And it comes up to the day when I think we got put into when we were supposed to go. We went like second or third to last. I didn't want to go first. But they went up and they were doing their stories, and they were actually pretty good. I kind of like some of them, but the most of the time I spent was all of us. We sat all next to each other and we were throwing ideas back and forth of what we should do, because that's the stuff that actually stuck at the end of every one of our performances. So we got up there and we introduced ourselves and everyone said their names, and I'm like, yes, Ryan Rinaldi's, and our story today is called Prince Vlanderbeard and the Quest for the Stone of Fire. And so we started, and I kind of took a second, and we only have an 8-minute time limit. So we were really worried, because here's the deal. If we go through every point spot on, don't take any time to pause, give them a feel for what's going on, we'll nail it. If we just don't get off topic and ad-lib and improv, well, we failed at that. But we put on a hell of a performance.
I can only imagine.
Here we start. Prince Vlanderbeard had free reign over the kingdom of ? He was under construction, so names weren't really important right now, but it was a kingdom nonetheless, made out of Legos, Lincoln Logs, and Connects. It was a big deal. It was serious. You got to envision it. But yes, Vlanderbeard, the prince, had free reign over king and countrymen. It was Christmas time, so, present. I bit my tongue, but I didn't then. Presents, snowy time, stockings, presents. And it comes down to it, and Prince Vlanderbeard has the people around him, and he says, it's Christmas time, and I want my presents. Give me my presents. So the mother comes up, the queen, and gives him his first present. Blocks. Mom, these are blocks. I don't know what you think that these are, but they're blocks, and they are crap. They have letters and numbers on them. Awesome. I'm so happy that I'm not 3 anymore. 5, Mom. 5. These are blocks. These are terrible crap. Putting it down on the table. Blocks, Mom. If everybody wants to know what a Christmas present is not, it is these. Blocks. Next, please. Mom gets out the second present. A Rubik's Cube. Wow. Block number 2. Awesome. I'm so happy that I got more blocks with colors on them. This is great, Mom. Great job. More blocks. Remember the speech I had about the first blocks? Well, this is the second one about how these are crap presents. Next, please. Christ. I didn't say Christ.
I was like, wait a minute. Is it your mom or is it Howard?
Third present. A pair of roller skates. Roller skates. Really? Wow. Not even like awesome, like inline skates. You're going to give me the 70s 4-wheel rubber stopper at the end ass roller skates? This is what you're doing? Awesome. Let me put these next to my awesome presents. Guys, hey, this is how you not give Christmas presents. Just want to let you know. I want the real presents. I want the legit 100% crazy ultimate present. And all of a sudden, like, I back up and I'm like clawing the air, like going behind people to like just make this as creepy as possible, and people are dying. And all of a sudden I say, out from the back comes the sound of a wooden hook on a chalkboard.
That sounded like an old lady having a stroke, dude.
Who that be? I know where the presents be. And he says, who you be? And he says, I am Haroldin Kumar. And I know where the presents be. And he says, you be he say see. He says, oh, well, what is this present? He says, this present be the Stone of Fire at Tyre Kingdom. And he says, oh, really? Really? Is that where that's at? Well, I think that I'm going to have to go and get this Stone of Fire then, if it is the ultimate Christmas present. Nobody's ever returned. Oh, well, in that case, never mind, because that's crazy. Oh, no, it's, I have faith in you. You can, yeah, you did, yeah, you got it, yeah, you got it. Oh, yeah, but I mean, you know, Tyre Kingdom, Stone of Fire, no one's ever come back. I mean, all of a sudden, he takes his arm like he's flexing his bicep and curves his hook, and all of a sudden, pew, gets the queen in the neck. That's the poison dart, and your queen mom will be dead soon. Better get a move on. So.
This is so ridiculous.
He goes to see the queen and says, Queen, I'm going on a trip. And I'm going to get my present. And I'll see you later. And says, whoa, where are you going? I said on a trip. Well, you're taking your cousins with you. No, I'm not. Oh, yeah, well, you have to. Well, I don't want to, because they're annoying. Well, you don't really have a choice, because I'm dying. Poison dart right in my neck, and I can't really take care of kids right now. So you're going to take these kids with you. Take your little presents that you love so much with you, and I'll keep them busy. All right, I get it. So off he went to the Kingdom of Question Mark Airport. And so he gets to the airport, and he goes up to the desk, and the lady says, where are you going? He says, Tyre Kingdom. He says, you guys are unaccompanied minors. I can't just let you get on this plane. So what he does is he gets into his sack, and he pulls out the blocks that he had for Christmas, puts them down on the ground, and then he steps on them. He's like 8 feet taller now. She looks at him and goes, oh my God, I'm sorry, wow. You are way too old to be on this flight. You could die at any time. Hurry up, get on there. So he gets on the flight. He gets on it because he used the blocks. And he flies down to Tyre Kingdom, gets there at the Tyre Kingdom airport, and he's looking around, and he's looking at the map, and he sees these strange symbols that form sentences. And he's like, yeah, we're gonna, and the cousins go, you don't even know how to read, do you? And he goes, no, I just, wow, you don't know how to read? And he says, I don't need to read to lead. I can figure these out on my own. And he says, wow, can't even read. Awesome leader. Anyways, we're going to go home. Bye-bye. See ya. So they leave. And he goes to the airport bar. And there he sees a pilot at the table drinking a lot of drinks. And he just says, he comes up to the pilot and he says, excuse me, do you know? And he slams down his drink and he goes, I'm Captain Drunk. He says, all right, can you tell me where to, and he says, I can't fly unless I have enough drinks in me. He says, awesome, that's great, but can you point me in the direction of Tyre Kingdom? And he says, no, I can't, sorry. And he looks down and sees Captain Drunk fumbling with something, block-shaped. Turns out it's a Rubik's Cube. And he says, hey, if I solve that Rubik's Cube for you, will you give me directions to Tyre Kingdom? Captain Drunk laughs and says, try your best. He places the Rubik's Cube in Vlanderbeard's hand and decides he's going to cock a gun and put it in his mouth. He's pretty depressed. It makes sense if you think about it. Anyways, what he does in the background is he pulls out of his sack his brand new, unmessed up Rubik's Cube and switches it. And the pilot looks down and is...
Unmessed up.
Yep, that's the term. Looks down in his hand, and
That's the medieval terminology.
he puts the Rubik's Cube in his hand, and he looks over and he says, "You just saved my life. Sure, I'll give you directions." On a piece of paper, he writes a arrow up and an arrow to the left. There you go. And he turns around, and there's Tire Kingdom out the window. So he leaves. Obviously, because Tire Kingdom's right next to him. So he gets out there, and he sees Tire Kingdom, and it's a giant wall of tires. And he sees at the bottom an escalator that goes down. So he can't get up that. It would take forever. So he walks up to it, and his genuine fear of heights strikes him. He says, "Oh no, I'm afraid of heights. But I'm going to do it anyways, because this is going to be awesome." So he gets up to there, and he starts his ascent. And all of a sudden, out of nowhere, the little cousins come out. Kicks him square in the balls. The worst place to be kicked. And he says, "You will never reach the top, you poopy pants. We will get the stone of fire, and we will be rich upon our wildest dream." So they run off, and he's putting his balls back together, and he starts his climb up again after limping a while. Gets to the top of a plateau, and he sees a pile of bones. And he says, "Whose bones are these?" And he looks down, gives them a little taste. "Oh no, these are my cousin's bones. They could not make it to the top because they were not pure of heart, as I was." He gets to the top, and he's rejoicing. "Oh, yes, awesome. I'm here, and I did it. But, oh my gosh, there's nothing up here. Nothing." And he's trying to think, what? Was this all for nothing? All of a sudden, no time to think anymore. Rumble, rumble, tumble, tumble. And tires are shifting. He feels like one of them might have gone flat at the bottom. So, oh my gosh, I have no time to think. I have to do something. So he goes over to that escalator, and he gets over there, but all of a sudden, no, the escalator isn't working. It's out of order. He looks at it. It's jammed with bones. Bones overload. Boverload, as the kids would say, of all the others that tried but couldn't make it. So it was shut down. So he did what he thought he could do. He put his roller skates on out of the sack. And he put them on, and he just starts going down. The railing part, not the bumpy part, but the rubber part. And he's going down, and it's, tires are flying all over, and all of a sudden, oh no, the tires, he didn't make it fast enough. He should have started before it started rumbling, because then he would have made it. But that's impossible, because he never would have left in the first place. But so, this is impossible. He never would have made it. So all of a sudden, the tires collapse. He's in midair. All of a sudden, out of nowhere, a blimp comes out that says Goodyear on the side. And he, all of a sudden, out of the front, in the pilot's seat, is none other than Captain Drunk, waving a cocktail in the cockpit. "Hey, it's me, Captain Drunk, and I'm here to do the stuff. Hey, I'm drunk." And he bounces off of the top of the blimp, saving his life, rests safely to the ground. He's walking off, and he's kind of disappointed he doesn't have that stone of fire that he went for. And he walks off, and there he sees a shadowy figure wearing a hood. "Oh, hey, that was pretty awesome, and I think that was kind of cool, and why don't you give me those roller skates? Doesn't look like you want them that much. I thought they were cool." And he says, "You know what? No, because my mom gave me these roller skates, and all this stuff that she gave me was the best Christmas present ever. And I'm not giving it to you or your girly voice." All of a sudden, out of the bottom comes a wooden hook, and he pulls off its hood, and it's Harold and Kumar. And he says, "It's about time you learned your lesson. You had it, the stone of fire, the entire time. It was the realization that you had everything you ever needed all along." Kind of barked at him at the end. he says, "Oh, but what about my mom? What about my mom? She's dying." And he says, "Silly boy, poison darts don't come out of wooden hooks. That's simple math." So he decides to go back to his kingdom, and with Captain Drunk, and drinks all the way back home with him, and decides to name his kingdom Firestone. And that, ladies and gentlemen, Brian Maxwell, is how the Firestone Company got started.
Dude, that whole fucking story was to tell me that that's how Firestone... That's fucked up, dude.
Yep.
That's a good ending. Mm-hmm. That's a long ass story.
You get
to that ending.
And I didn't make.
That's pretty good, dude.
Let's just say we didn't make the 8 minutes.
You fucking think?
But yeah.
God.
It had a Firestone, Goodyear, and Tire Kingdom.
That's fucking... What the fuck is Tire Kingdom?
Tire Kingdom's another tire store.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yep. That probably would have been funnier if you knew that. But yeah.
I assumed it was just the kingdom because there was a fucking prince and kings and shit.
Nope.
Hence the kingdom.
Nope. That's why tires, Tire Wall, Goodyear, Tire Kingdom, Firestone.
Never heard of fucking Tire Kingdom.
Anyways, so yeah, that was pretty intense, pretty awesome. So I had already built up a reputation from that as well, because we had several people telling the story. Like I told the first part until the airport, and then the other group member, he told the airport to Tire Kingdom, and then Luke ended up finishing off the end with the realization part, going down, rumble, rumble, tumble, tumble. And but yeah, it was awesome. And then after that, we totally got an A on that because we're pimps. And nobody really wants to like go after you or go, that's why I kind of like going last. So we got set up into our new groups with, I think it was 5. We had 5 group members and the same girl, Erica, who I did the Power Ranger story of, and she did my Kevin Smith story. We were in the same group again, so like the first second, like we ended up being in the same group. We walked up next to each other, and I go, "Ah ha ha, Revenge of the Sith." Or Return of the Jedi. I probably Return of the Jedi. Let me go with that one. I say Return of the Jedi. And she said, "Yep." And so we end up, coming up with our name is, "Hey, I'm the teacher," and I just said "but," because every time the teacher would have to say our group name, she would have to say, "Hey, I'm the teacher," and I just said "but." And everybody was their highlight of the day because our team name was awesome. So we decided, hey, we got to come up with a story this time. She's passing out the paper for the next, like the criteria. This is kind of not really this isn't off of that hero's journey anymore. It's off of a second book that we read called Story, by this famous author McKee. And
You read a story called Story?
Yeah, I know. I've said it so many times. What are you reading? Story about what? And then I show him the cover. So we had to do it off of that, which was like, inciting incident and the structure of a story and how it goes through and, the changes and events being caused by other things. And she's passing out the papers and going over it. I've already come up with the name, the idea, and the plot lines that happen in the story before she's even done explaining it. And the second, like, honestly, it took me like 30 seconds to come up with this entire plot in my head that I've never thought of before that I did then. It's like the most impressed I've ever been with myself. We walk out and I just go, "I've got ideas." And we go to the student union and everybody's eating. And I'm just like, all right, here's the story. DraculAIDS. You have to come up with a question, which is your premise. And I said, what if Dracula got AIDS?
That's reasonable, though.
There you go. What if he got AIDS? Because you don't think about that.
His main thing is blood. So,
yeah. What if he got AIDS? Hey, what if he got AIDS? What would happen to him? What would he do? So my group consisted of Erica, which was the girl that I did the first project with, the presentation. This dude Bo, who's this tall dude with this awesome beard, who's really funny and was like really good with coming up with ideas for it. Gall, he's kind of like doesn't really want to emphasize too much on his acting, so like we kind of made him just to have a normal part. And then Erica, Bo, Gall. Okay, that's it. And me, Ryan J. Ding, ding. That's my tooth sparkling at you. Gal and Erica went off to go get food while we were sitting there coming up with ideas. So I said, oh, well, when they get back, they're going to have some, especially Erica, is going to have a funny little thing that she's going to have to do now. She gets back and I said, you're wearing a mustache. The only girl in our group, and nobody else has mustaches. And I said, you have to wear a mustache. She goes, why? I said, because, the play took place in 1930s. But Dracula's from like 1570s. So yeah, you gotta wear a mustache because men were only allowed to be on stage. But it takes place during current time. Yeah, but you guys went to go get food, and we came up with more ideas. So mustache. And so she's like, fine. So that was easy. And so we ended up coming up with that, and so she would have to wear a mustache. And the last day, like I was putting props together, I ended up coming up with my outfit, everything really, really quick at the last minute. But everybody picks their spot, and we're waiting. Last group, 9. Teacher butt, we're going last. Teacher butt, put us down. And I was feeling extremely cocky about it, which I never usually am. Like, I'm cocky about it, like, afterward, about how awesome my presentations will be. But this time I was like, yep, this could totally offend people and not be funny. But you know what? I'll go last because I want to go out with a bang. So the groups that I thought...
the class is fucking over, right? Who gives a fuck?
Yeah, exactly. So there was the groups of the mostly funny people that who are going to go up and do crazy stuff. They put on stuff like, because you had to have props. You had to have a certain, like, you could have regular props, but you had to have a certain amount of things. Like, you could show scenes from movies. Like, there was action scenes that people showed the Mr. and Mrs. Smith final battle for. Like, just did that, and like that, it was kind of like that, and like that's what they showed. Or like there was a boat race, and it's like, yeah, so they were fighting on boats, and they'd show a boat race on the projector, and then they'd come back to their story. Or they played music to set a mood or whatever. Like, that's what they would do. I came up with our idea would be, we're gonna have things on paper. That's it. That's our whole prop scheme. So what we did was I watched those groups and their props, and you know what? Some were good. It was more entertaining than the last one. A dude, Marcus, who was like really cool, like straight up from the first day of class. He put on this awesome show with another dude who was in my Vlanderbeard group about Indiana Jones and Harry Potter, like as dressed up for Halloween, going to this house party, and they end up, getting stuck in the South, and these crazy Confederate dudes trying to like pick them up, and like just this adventure. The acting was awesome. It was like my favorite one, besides my own. So comes up.
Why does everybody have to fucking make fun of the South and everything they do?
I don't know, because we're in the South. Anyways, so
I've already told you, you're not in the real South.
That's rude. I'm telling Charlie Crist about that. He's our governor. So
wait a minute, Christ is your governor?
Yeah, it's his less famous brother.
It's like, I'm the one that no one cared about.
Yeah. So we go last, and I don't say the name of the play, DraculAIDS, the accolades of Dracula with AIDS. And I go into the bathroom, and I'm setting up all my stuff. I'm like, we don't really have a lot of time. I got to get this outfit on. I've never tried it on before because I put it on at the last second right before I had to go to bed. I'm getting off a late shift at work. So I put it all on. It's looking awesome. And there's this one guy who ends up walking into the bathroom right as I finish, and I look over at him, and he's not going to the bathroom. I guess he's waiting to use the sink, which I'm in front of him. I'm just like, hey, how's it going? And I just like walk off, and they shut off the lights, and because those were going to be our transitions. And I was like, I don't want anyone to see me until I get in there, because it's a revealing shot. Just close the doors, and then open them back up to let me in. And so I start hearing the narration go. Lights are out, and Bo's doing the narration. He says, "It was a dark and stormy night on a Thursday in a small town in a big city in Pennsylvania. Ooh. Tom Belt, TB to his closest friends, came home from working a hard day's work."
TB. You got TB and AIDS.
Yeah.
That's fucked up.
Oh my God, I didn't even think about that.
I'm just like, you got his name's fucking herpes.
Gull is, I didn't even think about that. That's fucked up. Gull's sitting down in front of the class in a seat. They turn on the lights. He's sitting there, and he's got a newspaper there. And he's just sitting like he just came home from work. All of a sudden, he's, someone's in here. He puts in his, like, newspaper like he was hiding it in front of himself. Occupied. All of a sudden, I jump into the room. Frickin' black pants, black shoes, black vest, red shirt under the vest with the collar put all the way up to my ears, and a black trash bag cape. Hair slicked back like the slickest backs of a slick back. And I come out and I'm like, blah. And he says, ah. And I said, "You didn't think you would see me here, did you?" Hold on. Give me a second. And he says, "No, I didn't, not at all." And he says, "Hey, are you one of those Draculas?" "Yes, I am." And he says, "Oh, that's unfortunate." And I go, "Yes." And I jump on him and start biting him. And then the lights go off and he's screaming in pain. And then all of a sudden, you hear Bo again with the narration. A couple months have passed. And Dracula decides to go out to play golf. Indoors. So that he doesn't explode, of course. Wii golf. All of a sudden, lights turn on and I'm sitting there and I'm playing golf with my stroke. Not like a heart attack stroke, but like golf stroke. And I look down at my arm, my forearm. And I just look up at the crowd and I go, "Oh no." Lights turn off. Fucking everybody's already laughing. They don't even know what the fucking story's about because they thought it was going to be about Tom Belt. Nope, Dracula. And all of a sudden it says, so Dracula decides to go to the doctor's office to get things checked out because he noticed something on his arm. And you go to the doctor's office when you want to get something checked out. All of a sudden, I'm sitting down in the chair with the same kind of look on my face that I had when I found out. And I just turn towards him and point. And Bo's playing the doctor. And he looks down at it and he goes, "Oh, yeah. Those are..." And he pulls open a piece of paper in a book. And he tilts his head to look inside the book. Like he doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about. Looks down at me and he goes, "Lesions. Yeah, those are lesions. Let me set this up here." And we had set everything up behind a projector screen, which we thought we'd have up before the scene started. So we were like, "Oh shit, turn it up, put the projector up." We didn't say that, but we were just kind of feeling that. And then all of a sudden, perfect timing, projector slowly rises. And on the chalkboard, taped up, is a picture of a computer screen on a piece of paper. And below that, a picture of a keyboard on a piece of paper. So all of our props are going to be on pieces of paper, regardless of how they're used. So you see like a little thing at the top, which would kind of represent a printer. But he goes and he says, "I'll have to take a sample of that." So he pulls out a piece of paper of a syringe and he holds it like a piece of paper, not like a syringe. And he says, "This is going to hurt a bit." And he puts the piece of paper next to my arm and I'm just, And he takes the sample, pulls it out, and he puts it by the computer. And he's like, "All right, let's just run this sample through the computer here." Typing the same keys over and over again. And then all of a sudden, you see at the top 3 dots going downward. He pulls the paper out of the top, going like, and as he rises the paper, people in the audience can read in giant bold letters, AIDS. And they're not supposed to know. And like, I was worried about that. But like, as he tries to take the paper away so they can't see, everybody in the audience has already seen the word AIDS. So they already know what's going to happen before I even know. Like, I was worried about putting permanent marker on there because I didn't want people to see, but it killed. Everyone's just like, oh my God. Like, nobody knew where the hell this story was going. He just looks down at the paper, gives like a nervous kind of crack of a smile, and then looks up at me, and then looks down at the paper, and then looks back at me, and then looks at the audience, and then looks back at me. And he turns the paper and he goes, "You have AIDS." There's even a ... on the piece of paper. And so he shows me the paper and he's just like, yeah, it's right here on the paper. Came from the computer over there, so it can't be not true. I'm sorry, dude. I mean, this is my first day on the job. I hope this doesn't reflect poorly on me, but yeah, you've got AIDS. And then I just look down, and then they turn off the light. And so narration kicks in again, and it says, so Dracula decided to pay a visit to good old Tom Belt. And all of a sudden, I'm kind of just sitting up with my knees and legs up on a chair, and I kind of have a phone in my hand, and I just ring, 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 ring. All of a sudden, you see Tom Belt in the corner, with his arms crossed across his chest, crossed across his chest, crossed across his chest. That was fun. And he just rises out, like out of his coffin. And he walks over and picks up the phone. He's like, hello? And I'm like, bah! Remember me? No. Dracula. No, I'm sorry. Who? Yeah. Dracula Peterson? Oh, yeah, the vampire. Yeah, I remember you. Yes. And he says, I say, how are you doing? He says, I'm good. I'm a vampire now, so, doing vampire stuff. How'd you get my number? And he's like, I was the bat that followed you home. See? Look, I'm over here in your window. And I'm waving over at him, and he looks over at me, and everybody realizes why I'm sitting on sitting on a chair. And he just comes over and like pulls down the blinds right in front of my face, and he's just like, what the fuck? And I was like, anyways, did you have AIDS? I was just, did you have AIDS? And he's like, yeah, I do have AIDS. He said, why didn't you tell me you had AIDS? I never would have bitten you if you had had AIDS. And he's like, well, I was turning into a vampire, most excruciating pain in my life. I couldn't really know. Hold on, AIDS! Yes, good point. So you vampire now, and how you a vampire with AIDS? How you bite people in the vampire? And he's like, well, actually, a blood bank actually opened up down the street. You can legally purchase blood there, 50 cents, $1. Just go up. They take cash credit. Just go up, legally purchase blood with hard-earned money, It's totally legal. You can just do that and have AIDS. It's cool. He says, oh, totally legal. Buy blood, you say, with money. I'll have to go and check this out. Yes, Dracula. So he ends up, lights go off, and it says, so Dracula decided he'd go down and check out that blood bank. After hours, all of a sudden you see Erica with her mustache on, walking in front of a table, just kind of hobbling along, writing down nothing on her paper, in front of 3 bottles that say different kind of blood types. And they all have red fluid in them. And just walking around, hobbling around very awkwardly with a mustache. And then they see me over in the corner. And I put on a black trash bag over my head. That's cut out exactly like a ski mask. And I put it on my face and I jump out. Blah! Give me your blood! She says, oh my God! Oh no, are you one of those...
Say, give me your blood again.
Give me your blood. And just says, she says, oh no, oh my gosh, are you one of those Draculas? Yes, I'm a Dracula. Now give me your blood. So she kind of pulls her hair.
How does everybody know about Dracula?
No,
everybody this dude meets is like, are you one of those Draculas?
That's the thing, because I actually pointed out, and when we were practicing, that I know people that have actually said, like, hey, are you one of those Draculas instead of the word vampire? So I made sure that every single character would say that. Are you one of those Draculas? So she just says, oh, no, are you one of those Draculas? And I say, yes, now give me your blood. And she's all right. And she kind of puts her hair out of the way, showing her neck. Just, yeah, here you go. I say, oh, no, I can't. I'm sorry. I have AIDS. Yeah, so I can't. What? You have AIDS? Oh, my gosh. I'm so sorry. Take what you need. We have A+, B negative, even O. We just got O in today. And I look down and I say, okay, I'll,
What the fuck is A+?
That's the thing. I go down, I pick up the bottle that says A+. I unhook the cap. I go, I'll take the A+. And I start drinking out of it with...
Is it A positive?
Hold on. I start drinking out of it with the... You have to realize, with the ski mask still on, I turn over and break the fourth wall by staring at my professor. And then everybody starts cracking up because they slowly realize what's going on. And then I start pointing at my professor, and she turns around looking at the person behind her, and he goes, no, he's talking to you. Because I said, I'll take the A+. And everyone's just like, I can't believe this is happening right now.
That's fucking genius.
And I just start drinking out of it, and I slowly back up. And she just goes, are you going to pay for that? I'm like, no, definitely not. And they turn off the lights. And so narration kicks in one more time, and it says, several years have passed, and Dracula has decided to go from school to school to spread his AIDS. His message about AIDS. Message. And the lights turn on, and there's a podium now in front of the class, and I walk out with sunglasses on, and I open up an umbrella, and I just walk out, and I say, hello, everybody. Like, totally fucking looking like Dracula, fucking sunglasses, umbrella, fucking collar popped to high hell, Dracula voice.
Dracula carries an umbrella?
Well, it's the sun, dude. He doesn't want to be out when he's not in his coffin without an umbrella. But this is the first time he's had an umbrella.
Like, I ain't never seen a motherfucking vampire movie. Like John Carpenter, they yank a vampire out, and he, like, pops his fucking umbrella.
Yeah, exactly. But, he's kind of like Michael Jackson, but vampire with AIDS. Anyways, so...
He's kind of like Michael Jackson.
There you go. Anyways, I come out there and I say, blah! Like, what the fuck? If you don't know I'm a vampire by now, you're fucking retarded. I just come out and I'm like, blah! Hello, everybody. I came to talk to all of you about being safe. You see, you need to, wait till you find this special person in your life. Not go around be like me, stupid stuff when you're young. You need to wait for that number one person, special time in your life. You know, be safe at your age, doing normal human things, you know. I'm not Dracula. Can I answer any questions really quickly? And all of a sudden, I didn't know where he was going to be, but Gall's now in the back of the class, raising his hand as high as he can. Oh, question. And I say, yes, you in the back. And he says, did you experiment like I do? And he says, oh, yes, wee lad, I experimented all the time back in the 1570s, 1970s, not the Dracula, of course. Couldn't be, impossible. So I experiment in a laboratory, a dorm room, college dorm room for normal humans, not Dracula. Any other questions, please? Gall raises his hand. Oh, me. Question. Yes, you. Same guy. Yes. Do you wrap it before you tap it? Oh, yes. You should always wear a mouth guard. Condom for your penis. Not Dracula. Any other questions, please? Oh, me. I haven't really answered the question. Hello. Yes, same guy every time. What do you want? Are you one of those Draculas? No more questions. Goodbye, and thank you for having me, St. Judas's third grade class. Poof. And I get out of there. Lights kick off. Narration kicks back in. It's finally the time that Dracula has accepted his arch nemesis, death. And he's now on his deathbed at the doctor's office. So the lights turn on and Bo's standing there next to me. I'm sitting on this thing, like dead like a cockroach with my eyes closed. And he says, okay, we're just going to hook you up here. And he's got these invisible clamps in his hand. And he clamps towards my nipples. And I just, And he says, yeah, so we're going to set this up. He's got a piece of paper of a heart monitor now that has shown a dead sign. And he just goes, beep, beep. Oh, this crappy machinery. Sorry, I mean, we just got this equipment in today. I mean, I'm sorry that it had to be the day that you died. Again, don't let this reflect poorly on me. I'm pretty professional for the most part. It's just this equipment. I don't know why it's saying you're already dead. And I turn up to him and I say, it's probably because I'm vampire. And he says, what? You're a vampire? And I say, yes, I'm vampire. And he says, dude, vampires can't die from AIDS. I'm like, what? And he says, yeah, didn't you know? Vampire rules. Come on, you big fat vampire.
That never even crossed my mind.
Are you serious? I can't die from AIDS? He says, no. And I'm like, oh, well, all right. I go then. Whoa. Hey, I just can't let you leave like that. Don't you see the sign? You look over in the corner, and it's a picture of a bat signal with a circle crossed out. And I say, no bats? No. No Batman? No vampires. I'm just like, I don't really see that. And he says, we haven't really gotten a chance to put up the new one. Holds up a piece of paper that has a circle crossed out of Edward Cullen from Twilight. And everybody in the class is like, oh.
Edwin McCain.
Yeah, Edwin McCain, that's right, too. And the doctor's like, yeah, we were going to put the new one up, but we ran out of tape. It's a doctor's office, not Office Depot. And I was going to run out and get some more after you died. But you're taking forever, so yeah. And I said, oh, well, I'm just going to step outside for a smoke, then I'll be right back. And he says, oh, wait. The people see him start to pull out a piece of paper of a wood stake. And he says, you forgot your lollipop. And stabs me with an, this is how Dracula dies. Hit the ground. Bo looks down at me as the doctor and says, it's wood flavored. The end. DraculAIDS.
Dude. My God. That is fucking, like, how long is this fucking class?
The class is about 4 hours long, but that was only about 9 minutes and 53 seconds.
Well, it took you an hour and a half to tell it.
Well, I had to describe it. It's a lot easier when you don't have to say anything but lines.
Dear God. That is some fucking well thought out shit.
Yeah. And that, honestly, took me 30 seconds. For the most part, the entire plot. Just what Dracula got AIDS, stabbed with a wooden stake, all this stuff. Has changed his life. And I totally would like to make that into a movie one day.
DraculAIDS?
DraculAIDS.
Can I produce it?
Have you ever produced anything, Brian Maxwell?
Have you ever fucking made a movie before, Ryan J. Reynolds?
Yes, I have.
Have you really?
Yeah.
Has anybody seen it?
Yeah.
Did it suck ass?
No.
Awesome. Peace.
So what are you going to do now? Well, you got to let people know about a podcast future and your baby.
I don't know, man. It's all up in the air because I'm so fucking loud, and it's obviously ridiculously every time we record a podcast, I say, okay, Ryan J. Reynolds, I'm not staying up past this late because I've got wife, kids, and a job, and I always end up staying up this late. And I got a fucking newborn, man, so I can't. I don't know. I'm gonna see if I can work it out, but we may have a guest host or two coming up. You know, nothing's in stone right now, but
except Brian Maxwell. Oh.
What the fuck did that mean?
That was a weed joke.
Is that a weed joke?
That is.
then that's funny. But yeah, I don't know. There's one thing I've learned about newborn babies, and that is that they are very unpredictable. They do what the fuck they want to.
Yeah.
Because they can.
Mm-hmm. But you're a good dad. You should be able to. We might be doing some podcasts with you on your iPhone out in the.
Right. I'll go sit out in the woods.
Yeah.
With the fucking Sam Squanches.
Sam Squanch. Yep. You could. I mean, we got to do something. We got to keep it up. I mean, we'll have some guests, but like not minus you.
I can keep it up.
Yeah. I mean, whoa now. I don't know that. I don't know that.
That was a reference to my penis.
Peniscast.org. But yeah.
I don't know, dude. My life is a mystery at this fucking point.
But you got to go pick him up from the hospital tomorrow? Is that what's going down?
Yeah, I gotta get up there early as shit. It's funny, they made her take a like this class. She had to go to a class and learn how to take care of a baby.
Mm-hmm.
And she was like, but I've got 2 kids who were once babies. And they were like, well, you don't know shit, so you gotta go. And they made her go. And it was like, don't shake your baby. Feed your baby. Don't forget to wash your baby. And I was like, there's people that really need this class. Get your damn pencil, Martha. Feed the baby. Boy, it's a good thing we came to this gall darn class. It's fucking ridiculous. But I got to pick them up early as shit, and I'm not going to get any sleep.
No. But yeah, class is over. Getting ready to start new classes. Stuff like that. But I'm really serious. Like, I think this stuff is good. I mean, we got awesome podcasts, awesome stories. We need to make a podcast movie. That's just what I'm saying right now. Dropping the ball. Podcast movie announced. Starring Ryan J. Reynolds, Brian Maxwell, and Dr. Abs. And Paul's going to play the wise man, the old wise man, who sets us all on a journey.
Just have him fucking running.
Yeah.
Just every time we change fucking scenes, he just runs through.
He runs. He's the transition of the scene. Like, you see him running with the next scene, and he brings it into place.
It's like attached to his asshole.
It just... And there's Paul there, you can see with his hair. And then we'll definitely put in, voiceover of Mark Bell, because he'll never, ever be in existence ever again.
He lives in the future.
Yeah, he does. That's right.
You can't fucking talk to him because he's fucking already in tomorrow.
Yeah, he is in tomorrow. But, hey, podcast movie, rated R, for strong sex. Fucking, oh my God, so many F-bombs are going to be dropped. Strong naked parts, definitely some orgies.
We'll be the first ever show rated TV. Goddamn.
I thought you were saying TV guide and then TV goddamn. But yeah, strong sex, robots, violence, abs, definitely. There's also going to be future. Mark Bell's from the future, so he's going to play a guy that you never see because he's too busy being in the future, and that's.
Did you hear that Mark Bell, for those who don't know, is a good friend of ours, currently lives in the land of New Zealand with Frodo and them.
Yep.
He got engaged.
Oh, that's right. Congrats to Bell.
To his longtime girlfriend, and she's way too hot for him. So my suggestion, if you're listening to this, Mark, is fucking bump the date up.
Yeah, or get smart to, his fiance.
Don't listen to that, Mark, because I don't know what the fuck he's talking about.
Don't let her get smart. That's what you got to be one step ahead.
Now
You're in
I'm
the
with
future.
You. Yeah, don't even let her think.
Don't let even. Don't
you should
even.
be marrying her before I'm done with this sentence.
You should have said, "Do you marry me now?" Like like the fucking preacher should have stepped out of the closet, and you should get off your knee and like standing next to each other, and then everybody needs to show up for the wedding party. Like just show up. Like, holy shit, we're already at our marriage. Because what's the point of waiting? The longer you wait,
you don't give a chick that's way hotter than you time. Like,
no.
Fucking, I was like, hey, Tabby, you want to get married? She's like, yeah. And I was like, cool, preacher, come out of the closet, preacher.
Exactly.
And fucking R. Kelly came out.
There's so
a
many
preacher's
different innuendos to that preacher coming out of the closet. But fucking time.
But, I mean, that's fucking, I'm excited for my boy. I'm just saying, he should probably go ahead and get that in stone.
Yeah, waiting is time for her to educate herself on, what's going on and internet dating.
I can only imagine that, like, he played it all cool and shit. Got down on one knee. He probably had his little button-up shirt on with his little tie on,
and his zombies jersey somewhere nearby.
You know what? All right, it's Mark Bell, so he's got on his finest hockey jersey.
His Kiwi helmet. His Kiwi helmet.
He's got on his special kid helmet and his fucking big ass pads and shit. And he got down on one knee and he said, "Baby, we've been together for a long time, and there's nothing in this world I love more than you. Will you marry me?" And then she said, "Yes, Mark." And he said, "Goddamn, really?" Oh shit!
And then he opened up.
Was not prepared for that.
Opened up his signed Kevin Smith live Q&A DVD, and inside there was a ring. And then
he's like, "I love you, baby. Here's the ring. And I'm gonna go play some hockey on the Xbox. I love you."
Or it's just the DVD, and he put it on her finger through the hole, and then he's like, "Now let's go watch this shit, because I finally just got it from the stash," and they sent it to the future.
He's fucking praying, "I hope she don't realize that's only a bonus disc." I couldn't afford the real shit. I had to get the bonus disc. Nah, but we're really happy for him. I got a lot of love for that cat. He's funny as hell.
Yeah, and he's our captain. So
indeed,
yeah,
I'm getting the ship. He's running the whole training program for the off season.
Yeah,
which he will be sad to hear that I'm not doing so well on as of yet. But I promise, soon as I get this baby fucking tucked in and figured out, I'm gonna get on that shit. I don't want to lose too much because I got a wide frame. I got like big fucking fat ass bones and shit. I'm not saying I'm big bone. That's why I'm fat. I'm fat because I eat too much fucking greasy food because it's delicious.
Mm-hmm, it is.
But mean motherfucking Chin eats all kind of fucked up shit. He eat a 12-pound fucking pastrami sandwich and greasy cheeseburgers. But that motherfucker
pickle bar
exercises. He runs.
Marathon for the world. 8 times. Ran the world.
Like every time you see that motherfucker, I'm running. I just called Paul. He's going to meet me. Mm-hmm. We're going to run.
We're going to run.
But I mean, like, now, like, the cat, Ming's totally in shape, but like, you sit down with that cat and he eats a ton of fucking just greasy ass food, man. True. But he's in shape. But I don't want to lose too much because I don't want to look all fucking weird and shit. Like, I wouldn't mind losing my man titties, but if I lose a bunch of weight, I'm fearful that I'll just have like a old titty flap. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. I know what you mean.
Skin is stretched, and now I got titty flaps. Like, what am I supposed to do with that?
You can't. The jump rope, you got a dick tit. What are you going to do?
I'm just saying, like, man, I could pull them out right now and be like, look at my man boobs, ha ha ha, and I can make jokes on that shit. You can't pull out 2 fucking skin flap tits.
Nah, just what are you going to do? Time together, play double dutch with yourself? That's boring as fuck. Nah.
Like, fucking, it's just not right.
You know what I just noticed, too? I just thought about it. Ming Chen, even in movies, because when he was in Vulgar, he was running.
That's what that motherfucker does. I'm trying to tell you.
I know, and it just hit me, and now I'm going to knock on him about that.
Good.
I love Ming Chen.
I love Ming Chen. Fuck you, Ryan.
I love you, Brian.
Fuck you.
Fuck you.
No, fuck you.
Fuck you.
Fuck you. Fuck you, Ryan.
Fuck you, Brian.
Fuck you.
Brian, fuck you.
No, fuck you.
Hey, knock knock.
Who's there?
Fuck you, Brian.
Aw, man, fuck you.
Fuck you, Brian.
Fuck you.
Fuck you, Brian. Fuck you.
Fuck you.
Oh,
fuck
wait.
you.
Wait, hold on. Oh, yeah.
That's just nasty.
Woo. Fuck you.
That was uncalled for, and I don't appreciate it.
Fuck you, Brian.
You know what?
What?
I'm taking my ball and I'm going home.
You like the one ball you have left?
Oh, wait. No, there was something I really wanted to fucking tell you, though, before we ended the podcast. What the fuck was it? Fuck you.
Oh.
That's right.
Peace.
That's right.
Hey, Brian.
Sup?
Fuck you.
I had a baby.
Oh, baby, look at the baby pictures.
Look at the pictures of my baby.
40-ounce margarita baby.
Tequila baby.
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 It's Gavin. Gavin, LOL, baby.
I don't know who I am. Ah, baby.
Willyousignmycast with Brian Ryan. Peace.
Please, baby.
Goodbye.